Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to pick the stone that draws you, the one that really resonates, and we will also offer a golden nugget card at the end to clarify if anybody has any questions remaining about their reading or wants clarification. All right, pick the stone that you have a hunch you should pick. And we'll go ahead and give you your readings. All right, for those of you who chose this turquoise, we have the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. Well, may have been feeling a little rough lately, but a little, just a little, right? These are minor arcana. Yeah, they're not major arcana. You know, sometimes you just have that sort of week or that sort of day. And the 9 of Wands is feeling a little embattled, like, oh, all this, what next? And the 10 of Wands feeling overburdened. And the 6 of Swords is feeling like maybe some things have come into focus for you that aren't, not pleasant truths, but truths nonetheless that you will indeed take with you to make for a better future. You will indeed grow from. You will indeed use those truths to head into calmer waters, to a nicer shore. So I don't know what it is that's been kind of stressful or difficult, but when I do see the 10 of Wands, I know that Spirit is saying you don't have to be overburdened. We can focus on one thing at a time. We can only do one thing at a time. So whether the wands are things you're concerned about that you tend to worry about, or whether they are just tasks that you need to do, or a bit of both, really carrying them all at once in our brain like a to-do list, or we have to do this, 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 and this. Or, sometimes our subconscious is working on a worry we've got back here and we don't even realize it. We don't even realize that, wait a minute, I can't do anything about that right now. Right now is the present moment. It's all I've got. I can't do anything about the past. I can't do anything about the future. I can only act on the present. I can let those things go. Sometimes it really pays just to stop and do that. And if you've been sort of busy lately or concerned about a lot of things, it's easy to forget to do that. Now, the 9 of Wands, that's about guardedness. Okay, maybe you feel like you're a little bit embattled about some things, and so you feel guarded. You feel like, oh boy, yeah, like I said, like what next? And always when I see that card, I know Spirit is saying, now don't hold the past against the future. Whatever's been happening, there is no reason to believe that that's going to be the case today, tomorrow, or the next day. So there's always that caution. The 6 of Swords, I feel like, is maybe the card that's bringing the hopefulness here. Like, I've been learning a lot lately, and I'm maybe you've gained some clarity. Sometimes some things, they just seem to be frequent irritants or regular troubles, and you're not sure how to resolve them. But sometimes when we have troubles with those things, we get a sharper clarity about them. It just comes together, and we reach a new place with that issue where we're ready for a change, or we're looking at a change, or you never know when that moment comes, that moment of clarity, when it can change things. So you're definitely heading into calmer waters. You're definitely making use of whatever stressful things you've had happening. You're definitely going to make use of that, good use of that. And I think that's your focus today. And we can put these down, and we can put the guardedness away, because we're heading into calmer waters now, on to the more hospitable shore. There we go. For those of you who chose the red stone, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Five of Coins. All right. Well, these are minor arcana, not a huge decision-making kind of day today. You're standing your ground. You may feel there may be a lack that you're worried about, feeling a little shut out in the cold on something, or else a lack like you're worrying about money or you're worrying about health or, pentacles. They are physical manifestations of security, physical things that enhance your security. And so there may be a sense that, sometimes it's money woes, but that woman is about to walk into the church where there is plenty. She's gotten this far. So that's a good sign. And the 5 is always transient. It's passing. It's passing. The 7 of Wands is standing your ground. I feel like you're standing on principle about something. There's something that is, just right is right is right. And you're standing on the principle of the matter. And other people may be challenging that. They may be saying, I don't, whatever, I don't think I disagree, or no, this is how I see it, or this is what I want. And you may be just standing your ground, which is good. Takes some strength to do that. And then we have the Queen of Cups, and she is a mature figure. There's some mature understanding of emotions, understanding of the complexity of the issues, understanding other people's emotions, using your intuition. So the Queen of Cups, there's a lot going on in the depths of the Queen of Cups that people can't see because she tends to seem calm. In fact, some might think she has it all together, but there could be major changes happening in the deeper parts of her subconscious. She is moving with that. The Queen of Cups moves with that, not against that. So really, there could be something developing inside of you that no one else can see and they don't get and they maybe don't understand. And maybe you are standing your ground to protect that, to say, this is the direction I'm going in. And the Queen of Cups can pull off amazing things, and somehow she just sort of knows the right thing to do, the right thing to say. People underestimate her. They don't understand the depths of her understanding, because she doesn't always just blab it all over the place. She doesn't necessarily tell everybody what she's thinking of. Remember, in the Rider-Waite, she has the cup up with the lid. She doesn't necessarily feel the need to, educate the masses or anything about what's going on with her. So there could be a lot going on that just clicks, that just comes together, that just is amazingly astute and amazingly perceptive and just right on time, intuitive. So I am thinking that might be the thing that's developing in you. So have faith in that, is what I see here. Okay. For those of you who chose the purple stone, we have the moon. We have the 9 of coins. We have the Queen of coins. Okay. Oh, how interesting. So you may be someone who is good at establishing some physical security for yourself and enjoying that, getting to a place where you've really done some work, and you should be proud of that, and you can enjoy that stability. You tend to make other people feel like there's stability too. You tend to want to be, you lend your help. A lot of times the Queen of Coins, she does. She just, she's all about practical assistance, practical and real help and sense of security and forms of achievement, real achievements, hands-on. You can see them. She's all about that. And she is the Earth Mother too. And with this card too, this might be a time where you're enjoying being outdoors. You're enjoying definitely the fruits of your labor. Now, but there's this intuitive part of you that's quite strong. So there's some deep intuition as well. And that is part of the reason you've been able to establish some security for yourself. It's like your intuition comes in with practical suggestions for yourself. Your higher self can let you know, hey, do this. Hey, don't do that. Practical suggestions and guidance, and that has contributed to the security that you have built. So that's amazing. Yeah, your intuition's quite strong with this moon card, quite strong right now. And it's quite helpful, quite useful. The Queen of Coins would definitely be one who would take the intuition, not just her intuitive understanding of things for her own, her own understanding. She would take that intuition and use it for practical reasons. Like she would consult her inner self, her higher self on, is this a good way to increase my security? Or is that? Is it important that I focus on this right now or that? As I'm creating, as I go about my days and I create, because see, the Queen of Coins can create she can manifest a lot of just practical things. She can manifest a lot of things that people can see and enjoy and appreciate. And just as the Queen of Coins goes about her day, she would ask, what's beneficial for me to do? What's beneficial for me to manifest today? And what is not? With the moon card. So this is a terrific reading, well equipped to have a great day, a great time around this time. And you do. There we go. Really good. Okay, for anybody who wants further clarification, we have the gold nugget. Okay. And we have the Three of Swords. Okay, now the Three of Swords. Now, I always feel like this card, the dramatic imagery here, it looks terrible. However, remember, there is no blood dripping here. In the Rider-Waite, the swords are through the heart, but they're like lodged there. They're not, this isn't new wounds. This isn't any attack on you. This is a repeating pattern. These are sources of heartache or hurt or something from the past that maybe now something's happening that makes you feel like it's happening, like, oh, there that is again. Like, oh, you know what I mean? It makes you sad. It makes you think of sad events from the past, or a sadness you have, say, in a relationship, or a sadness you have about yourself, or about the negatives you perceive in yourself. Now, the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is usually optional. We all have past heartaches. We all have past hurts. We all have patterns in our life that we struggle with, that we don't feel like we've conquered or anything, but we don't need to expect to see them again. You know what I mean? Sometimes we place too much importance on things that go wrong or painful thoughts we have. We place too much importance on them and we see them as part of a repeating pattern, like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get over this, or I'm never going to get past this, or why is this still in my life? And sometimes it's really not. It's not a repeating pattern. We've made progress. Things have actually improved. Or sometimes we really need to examine the negative stories we tell ourselves. Because see, swords are thoughts, right? Beliefs. Sometimes we really need to examine the negative stories we tell ourselves. Do we tell ourselves, man, I always get in bad relationships? Well, is that true? Sometimes we really need to look at that. Or have you learned a lot over the years? Has each relationship taught you something new and expanded your growth? So really, is that true? And is any relationship all bad or all good anyway? No. So I would be willing to bet if you looked honestly at your history, you would see times when things have changed. You choose different kinds of people now. You're learning different life lessons now. And no relationship, people get all hung up on relationships needing to last forever. And that's really not the usual for relationships. It really, whatever kind of relationship it is. It's wonderful when it happens, but it's not typical. So I think people need to, rather than seeing failure, they need to see what was a success. So that's just one example. But I think we have these negative scripts we tell ourselves. For instance, if we're trying to get healthier and we slip back, we can say, oh, I'll never get this. Oh, I'll just, here I go again. Or we can look at it truthfully and understand the value in keeping on trying and making it a priority to become healthier. And the value in getting back up and trying and getting back on whatever plan you have to get healthier with less time in between, less time in between what you would consider a slip up or a failure. And also, do we need to use the word failure? I mean, so sometimes you get the Three of Swords and you go, I think I need to look at this differently because the way I'm looking at it is creating pain for me. I mean, you can always compare yourself to someone else, or you can compare yourself to your supposed ideal and feel a lot of pain doing that. Or you can say, you know what, just the fact that I'm paying attention to my health or paying attention to developing more skill or more understanding or more insight, just the fact that I'm actively doing that right now in my life is huge progress, is I'm on fire here. I'm in a great place because I am learning and I'm not anywhere near giving up, so I'm really, really making great progress. See, it's how we look at it. So the Three of Swords can be a challenge to look at things in a different sort of way that does not bring emotional pain, but brings hopefulness and helps us love ourselves, because there we have power, helps us focus on the present and how we are forever creating new, creating new patterns and new and more hopeful developments. All right. Well, I like that card. Well, thank you all so very much. I hope you have a terrific, terrific day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.